Wow. Wow. Would you describe yourself as an environmental activist, advocate?
Well, I call myself an environmental designer.
Oh. Well, some would say that's a matter of nomenclature or a matter of semantics, but we'll go into all those details later. So, as an ecopreneur, what exactly do you do?
Well, we are on a mission, simple, to create a sustainable world without waste.
A sustainable world without waste. We hear some other people say that. How, in specific terms, do you go about achieving this noble objective?
Wow. What we've discovered is that people don't do what they need to do because they don't know. If people know, then they have that choice.
Okay.
To either say yes or to either say no to the decision that matters. So we realize that education is a very key point in how people make decisions that affect themselves, that affect the environment, and that affect other people in that same environment.
Okay.
So we are picking this initiative up from the angle of education and upcycling.
Yeah, we're coming to those upcycling.
Okay. So we want people to be informed.
Okay.
So we organize projects, we organize symposiums, we organize trainings to tell people about how the decision you make in your house is affecting the people in your environment.
About the waste you generate.
Because each household, if you start taking notes, you will see the amount of waste each household generates daily, weekly, and then monthly.
Of course.
So how do you do your waste? How do you dispose your waste? Many people throw their waste away, but there's no away.
Okay.
So we throw our waste away, and we don't even pause to ponder where is it going to end up. So there's no away because it is back on our table now.
Wow. So when you throw that garbage,
it's coming back to your table.
How do you mean?
Good. So I pick my waste, 2 options. I have a drum in front of my house.
Yeah.
So twice in a month, somebody comes to pick my waste.
Yeah.
It's no longer in my front. It's in front of my house. So I'm like, oh, my waste is away. And then I don't bother. That's one option.
Forget about it.
The second option, I don't have a dustbin. I don't have where to put my waste. So I take it out. I burn everything together. Both the non-biodegradables and the biodegradable waste. Another option, it's raining. Nobody's watching. And so I pack all my waste, I put them in the gutter in front of my house.
Yeah, the flood.
And then it's not even going on time. So I quickly take a stick and then I push it to my neighbor's house. Yeah. I don't care what happens to it after that. But guess what?
That's my house.
Guess what?
Yeah.
The rain is coming, they push it down, push it to my neighbor's house. My neighbor sees it, pick his own stick, push it down to another neighbor's house, and then they keep moving. And then from there, it gets into the waterways. And then from the waterways, it blocks the waterways. We have a lot of animals and the fish in the ocean, in the waterways. And so they start eating and feeding on this. And don't forget, most of our waste are non-biodegradables. So it means they are not going anywhere. They don't rot, they don't decompose, so they are there. So the fish sees it and thinks it's food, they eat it. And because it is not food, it will not digest.
Yeah.
So it will, instead of it digesting, 2 things. Is it that it gets too much in the belly and the fishes and the big whales die? And so you see all these big whales that are supposed to last a lifetime and you see them dying. And by the time you open up their tummy, you see loads and loads of kilograms of waste. But the ones that don't get to die like that, the fishermen will catch them. The microplastic is still in their tummy. They bring it to our table, we cut it open, and we eat the plastic.
We barbecue and eat with a bottle of
So the waste you threw away several years ago is coming back to you in your plate, and you eat it up as fish. Because one thing that we have realized is that the waste, every form of waste you can see around, can actually be converted into wealth.
So your idea of waste to wealth is to identify waste products and then figure out how you can add value
to that particular waste and turn it and give it another life. Because what you call waste, waste is, what you call waste may not be my own waste. By the time you think this is waste, you can give that thing to me and I will still appreciate it. And I will still thank you for it.
I mean, the excrement, the cow dung,
you
which
understand?
is the excrement of a cow.
Do you understand?
It's manure.
It's somebody's manure. So we see the waste, and instead of looking the other way, we decided, what can we do to this waste? How can we convert the waste to wealth?